and blew up pretty much all of your hopes. The collateral damage will last for generations. It shocks me how mean people are.
Come at me, and they're just like, why can't you be strong like Christine? Why don't you leave Kody? He's such a blah, 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 blah. I have my own value regardless of Kody.
Two people with this shared life experience, we're going to be such great friends. I mean, we are. We're going to be, and that's going to continue.
I loved you. Why did you betray me?
Hello everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Monday, November 28th, 2022. I hope you had a wonderful long weekend. If you celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. If you didn't, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I was enjoying my time off with my family. We got a tree for the holidays. We decorated the house. We had some family over, and I went down a rabbit hole over the weekend, watched a docu-series on Teal Swan, someone I covered years ago. Got totally caught up on what's going on in her group, and I was like shocked. So if you want to know what's going on with my rabbit hole, check out my Instagram at Without a Crystal Ball, or my Facebook Without a Crystal Ball, or Facebook.com/WOACB. We're gonna jump into this episode of Sister Wives. Listen, this was a complicated episode because it had interweaving stories, and I'm just gonna do Christine's storyline in one video because I feel like it's the best synopsis of her entirety of the story. It goes from, we're gonna start at the beginning and go to the end. Her story doesn't take up the whole show. There's a lot with Janelle and Kody in this episode as well, and we'll do a separate video for that. The Janelle and Kody storyline is messy, and it's really weird because we find out a lot of things about Robyn and their relationship and money. It's a mess, and Janelle stands up for herself. So we'll dive into that in the next video. This video is going to be about Christine. So after a season 17, after 12 episodes of literally watching the painstaking process of Christine from the minute she says to Kody, I want to leave, I want a divorce, to the moment she's packing everything up and finally leaves. That is this moment. And this was the moment when Christine finally escapes from Kody Brown and escapes from polygamy. Now, the title of the episode is called Leaving Polygamy. I actually think of this as the freedom of Christine Brown or escaping polygamy, not leaving, because honestly, she had to get out as fast as possible. She had to, this was a fight for her to leave. She might have left, but it was not without Kody trying everything in his pocket to keep her there. So Christine Brown is now out of polygamy, sort of. Now, this entire episode is sort of about the process of her packing up. So the beginning part of the episode really starts with her back at home in Flagstaff. They have most of the house packed up at this point. She has several people helping her. She's got Tony and McKelty there. She's got Mitch, Aspen's husband, and she's got Truly with her. And as they're packing everything up, Mitch is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Mitch actually drives the big moving truck. I'm really glad that she had the support of some of her son-in-laws and her daughters to help her throughout this process. And as they're packing everything up, some of the sister wives have their own opinions about Christine leaving. And it's very different, the perspective they all have as they're discussing leaving. Robyn discusses this as a bomb going off and how her life is going to be destroyed, basically for generations to come. Mary is mad at the haters. Janelle is totally there for Christine and basically says that they're going to be best friends and good friends for life. And the journey sort of ends up with Christine getting to Utah. Before we dive into the topic, we are getting super close to 300,000. We just hit 293,000. So please hit the subscribe button on your way out if you have yet to subscribe. And please make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Ring the bell by clicking on the bell to get notifications and so you don't miss videos. And make sure to leave some comments if you have something to say. Let's dive into this video. So basically they're all at Christine's house and they're packing everything up. And the first thing I want to just touch on is the response of Robyn and Mary, because it's very different compared to Janelle. And I'll just show you sort of like a few things of what they've said, and then I'll give you my opinion, and then we'll go on to like the other stuff, because Kody has some things to say which I find ironic.
It's really hard to be optimistic when a bomb just went off and blew up pretty much all of your hopes. The collateral damage will last for generations.
It shocks me how mean people are.
Left.
These people like come at me and they're just like, why can't you be strong like Christine? Why don't you leave Kody? He's such a blah, blah, blah. I have my own value regardless of Kody.
Christine's move is like kind of chaotic because the sale of her house fell through. So like the people that were going to buy the house, the deal fell through because of some electrical issues, which she fixes. And we'll get to that in a minute. But so she has no offer, but she still has to move. They're going to leave some of the stuff in the garage because they don't have to take everything until they get a new offer. But she still has a lot to do, and she's packing everything up, and she's taking Truly with her, and it's like a huge process. But she's very busy. She's super excited to take this next step in her life, and she knows it's going to be really, really hard, and she knows she's going to break some hearts, but she knows that she's on to a better life with Truly. But for Robyn, hers is to immediately go to victimhood of my hopes and dreams blew up. My life was destroyed. Now there's collateral damage for generations, which makes me laugh. Like, what collateral damage? That Truly is going to have a better life outside of a cult? That she won't grow up with a mom that's miserable? Is the collateral damage to her wallet? Because Robyn certainly doesn't work. She's relied on all the other ladies to work. She's relied on those ladies to help pay for her nanny and buy her house. So what's the collateral damage? It's that she doesn't get what she wants, and she's going to have to like give up on her dreams because, she had other offers. She always says that. And then Mary's take is that, what? Oh, it's because the haters are giving Christine more support, which to me is just an indication that fans are giving more support to Christine, which is to me is just an indication that she's jealous. Like, she is jealous of Christine leaving, and because if she wasn't, she wouldn't care what other people said. She wouldn't care if fans said a damn thing to her. What should matter is the family, right? Like, who cares what outsiders say about you? Who cares what I say about you? But she's worried about fans not supporting her and supporting Christine and accusing her of not being strong. And then she's like, well, I have value. Yes, I'm sure you do. She is probably going to go run one of her empowerment retreats, which, oh my goodness, that whole thing is a whole other story. But, so it's all about Robyn. It's all about Mary. Robyn's the victim, her collateral damage, and Mary is the victim of fans. Okay, whatever. Now, Janelle's take is completely different. Janelle is going to be super, super supportive of Christine. She's really, really sad about Christine leaving. Their hug to say goodbye is super sad.
Thank you for being one of my best friends, Janelle. Thank you.
Two people with this shared life experience, we're going to be such great friends. I mean, we are. We're going to be, and that's going to continue.
So not only is she supporting me, but she's helping me look forward to my next adventure. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better friend ever.
There's been a lot of challenges for Christine and Janelle throughout the entirety of the time they've spent together, 27 years? But they are finding a way to still maintain a good friendship. And Janelle is the example of someone that's supportive, logical, and understands that when someone leaves, it's not about you. Even though it hurts, it's not about you. It's about supporting the person, even if it makes it hard for you. Supporting them and understanding that your life will change, but that doesn't mean that it's the end. It just means that things are going to be different, and that if you want to not be a selfish POS or like Mary and Robyn and Kody, you support your friend even if it's difficult, because that's what's going to make her happy. Janelle sees the big picture, and I think Janelle's in the same place as Christine. So for Janelle, it's like an easy thing because Christine and her have been so close throughout the years. And it's her support that helped her get to this point. So that was like the sweetest, most touching goodbye between the two of them. Then she has her kids that are helping her get ready. So she's got McKelty and Tony there and Mitch. And, you know, she's packing everything up and she's like talking about how hard it is for her to leave because it's like their whole life has changed. Like everything that she's known for the last 30 years is over. Like as it seems like we already knew that this was happening, but for her in that moment, she was leaving. Like she was done. Like she was leaving polygamy and it was hard and she did not have support from people and she had to leave despite all the pushback. So she had support, but Kody for his part was angry at her leaving because he said he felt betrayed. Of course, Kody always has to make it about him.
There's a sense that I feel like I'm just, in a way, coping. And I really want to tell her I loved you. I loved you. Why did you betray me? I worked for this. And that's almost just pathetic because she's leaving. She's done.
Everything that I was feeling before about being nervous, it's gone all of a sudden. This is what I was waiting for. This is what I was hoping for.
So of course Cody's like feeling betrayed because she left because he worked so hard. And I kept thinking when he was acting like this, I was like, wasn't it a betrayal when you kissed Robyn, when you weren't married and you got involved in a relationship with a woman when Christine was pregnant with Truly and you went on a honeymoon right after she had Truly. You abandoned Christine basically in the middle of her labor so you could go home and kiss Robyn. What about all the times that you preferred Robyn over Christine? Like, she was betrayed. Christine was betrayed over and over and over and over. How about all the money Kody has taken from her over the years? All of the resources and assets and using her to take care of the kids and get him out of this mess. Betrayed how? Because he worked for it? I think that Kody doesn't know what work is because he didn't work at it. And I don't think you can make this work. I don't think polygamy works. You'll never convince me otherwise. I don't know if you're out there and you do that, but that's not my belief. And especially in this cult, it's toxic. So no, like she wasn't betrayed. She was actually like, she didn't betray Kody. She did what was right for her. She was no longer obedient. That's what he should have said. Christine was scared leading up to that moment, but then she got like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted. So they all take off and they leave Flagstaff and they drive the 8 hours to Salt Lake City and she and Truly get their new place. And it is so cute because she has literally never seen this place ever. And Aspen hands her the keys and she has got such a huge smile on her face. It's like, I've never seen anything like that. And then she and Truly just go through the house and they're like looking at every single place. And, you know, she sees Truly's bathroom and Truly finds a bedroom and all she can think about is like, oh my gosh, this is mine. Like, this is going to be my room. She sees her bedroom. When she sees her bedroom, it is the cutest thing.
And then the master, so this will be mine. Ensuite, you know what it's called an ensuite?
This is now my room, and it's just mine. Decorate it how I want. I'm gonna buy new furniture for it exactly how I want.
Oh, please, Mama, that's happening tonight.
And it's just mine.
Yeah, this is a great space. I'm only gonna have a queen size bed anyway.
It just represents everything, so I'm just excited to have it be my space alone.
She's just like so excited. You know, Truly is like bouncing off the walls. She's super excited to find a room, and Christine finds her bedroom and she's like, this is my room. I'm gonna decorate how I want. It's my space. It's all mine. Like, this is a woman that's never had anything her own. She's been in polygamy for 50 years. People are like, Katie, she escaped Kody. No, she escaped polygamy. She was born into this cult. She was born and bred to be a plural wife. She has never known any level of independence. This is the first day of the rest of her life, the first moment. She is like, she never lived on her own. She never had an independent life. She's never done anything for herself. Like, it's a huge moment, and it's so exciting to see her finally like break that. And her daughters are like worried. They're obviously like nervous about how everything's gonna go. And Aspen's like, you know, this has been her whole life. You know, this has been a lot. We're just gonna have to see how this goes. But I think overwhelmingly she does well. Unfortunately, she has to go back to Flagstaff because the deal falls through, but she gets a new offer. And so she's got to pack up the rest of the stuff that she had at the house, and that was in the garage. And when she gets back, it's interesting because instead of truly staying with her dad and Robyn, she stays with Janelle in the RV. Truly does not stay with Kody and Robyn. Truly stays with Janelle. What does that tell you about Kody's relationship with his daughter, Truly? He doesn't have one. And Truly has fun with Savannah. They do s'mores, they play, they have fun. Truly has insight about her experience. She's, glad to spend some time with her sister Savannah and with Janelle because she's not going to see them for a couple of months after that. And she's, it's been hard, but she's enjoying life and she's just glad to see her family. Christine talks about how the changes in the dynamics of her marriage and her relationships with the sister wives has been different, but she doesn't foresee like a relationship with them. And this is like, she's coming back after 3 weeks. So she's like, I haven't talked to them since, I haven't seen them since. This is what it is.
Things are really broken, more broken than ever right now. And Janelle and I are fine. But that's a relationship that I really want to keep really, really solid and really, really strong.
I've struggled with Mary, and we've worked for a lot of years to try to figure ourselves out. Robyn, there's a lot of problems.
I haven't spoken with Robyn or Mary since we talked all together. I don't think that there's a lot of trust between all three of us at all.
So Christine and Janelle's relationship is super solid, and Janelle talks about her own experiences being that like Christine is the heart of her life, like her heart of her sister wives relationship. She was always the support and the network and like her safe space. And so she said that her and Mary's relationship isn't very good and she has problems with Robyn. That's to say it mildly. And then Christine is like, everything's fine with Janelle, but I don't think that it's going to come to a place where we're going to be best friends. She thinks they'll be able to be amiable and put their differences aside when they see each other, but she doesn't anticipate them actually like being together or being friends with Robyn and Mary, which I don't think you can blame her for that. And she sort of at the very end of that segment lamented about how it was just gut-wrenching for her to be back there. She didn't like having to go back. She's been enjoying being away from this because away from this world, she is independent. She has energy. She can do anything. No one can stop her. And when she comes back, she's a wife in a plural marriage, in a loveless marriage, miserable and trapped. And she wants to be anywhere but there because there is not where her happiness is. She just wants to get out of Flagstaff for good. So that comes up to the final part where they start packing everything up. And Kody is like ridiculous because he wants to try to control everything. So she has him come over to help her finally move the rest of the stuff into the trailer. And he tries to take over, and she actually stands up for herself and tells him like, this is her, she's going to be in charge. They have a fight about the snowblower. And Kody is just aggravated, and he can't handle the fact that Christine wants to do things her way. He's very annoyed by this. And yeah, here's what he says.
It's done. She's proving that she's the independent woman now by telling me how the best way to pack this is. It bothered me to the core. We've had arguments like this forever, but I was in charge. She's actually reversed the roles, and she says, I don't care what you're saying, we're going to do it this way. I don't have to help you. Just let me get by you.
So he puts the snowblower in there, and he is just so annoyed that she wants to do things her way, but that he still ends up finding a way to try to take control. He still tries to find a way to do what he wants to do. But he says they've had arguments like this in the past, but it didn't matter before because he was in charge. And now she's the one in charge, and he doesn't like that. And so his response is then, I don't have to help you. So in Kody's eyes, if Kody cannot be in charge, he doesn't want to be involved. And Christine wants things done her way. She's 3 weeks removed from Kody, by the way. She lives in her own place now. She's literally just packing everything up and leaving for the final time. And Kody cannot handle the fact that she literally doesn't want to do things his way. So he does find a way to try to push things and move things and do things as he wanted. But Christine just kept doing and acting the normal way. And she found herself just annoyed, but she said that she learned something about herself through the process.
I'm struggling so much with this divorce. It's probably poisoning my relationship with Janelle a little bit, and definitely poisoning my relationship with Robyn a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I think we've all learned a lesson today. I can stand up for myself and be strong and make a stand. And I can also not ask him for help ever again. Both have been great decisions made today.
Of course, Kody's being the victim again and again and again and again, and how, you know, his divorce with Christine is just, he doesn't know how to do his life because his whole life was designed around this family, and he's poured his whole life into this family, and now it's poisoning his relationships with Janelle and Robyn. He's choosing to let it poison that. Like, that's his choice. He could not be a baby about this, and he could have just let her go. Because throughout this month, in this, 2 months the show's been on the air now, in this process, he has said that he didn't love her, he didn't want to be with her, wasn't attracted to her, but then he loves her, then he doesn't love her, he doesn't like her, he doesn't want to see her ever, again, he doesn't want to do anything with her ever again, and yet there he is helping her move, and then he's like, well, I'm me. Well, Christine's like, we've learned a lot today. I knew how to stand up for myself, I took a stand, and I'm never going to ask him to do anything again, to help me again. So at the very end of this, as she's sort of driving off, Kody takes one final blow at Christine. Check it out.
She's called me a lot of things since this has happened, and I think she called me a coward once, and I kind of went, yeah, a little cowardly maybe. I should have actually told her that I didn't like her. But what I didn't do was I didn't quit.
So Christine is literally gone for good. She is gone for good. And his final departing words is like, well, at least I'm not a quitter. He said, I could have said I didn't like her, but at least I'm not a quitter. Why wouldn't you? So quitting is the problem here. You didn't like her. You weren't attracted to her. You didn't want to have an intimate marriage with her. You didn't want to spend time with her. You didn't enjoy her. You said that she wasn't treating Robyn well. She was not nice to the family. She was she was cruel and mean, and she did all these things to hurt everyone. You never want to see her again. You don't like her. You don't love her. Why would you want to stay? So you could abuse her with doing all of these things, and she was supposed to stay, so she quit? You forced her to quit. Like you did. You pushed her to the end of the rope, and she called your bluff, and now you're crying about it. And next week, he's going to completely blow everything up and take out everything on Janelle. But Christine is free. She is gone. She has moved everything out. She is over the hump. Kody Brown is not her husband. She is not responsible to deal with him anymore. She doesn't have to deal with him outside of co-parenting. She's going to live 8 hours away. She is starting her new life. She is free. Congratulations to Christine on escaping Kody Brown and polygamy. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.